What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. Crypto Moonshot on Moon Landing Day. This is the day that we celebrate the fact that man first allegedly landed on the moon, for those of you guys that are, in the weeds over here. And why didn't we go back? Well, because there was no cheese, okay? Just to answer the question that everybody's been asking. Anyway, guys, this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, it's been an interesting overnight. We started off 7 p.m. at zero, and we're now up 13 billion in market cap in what could be the start of a significant and big rally. And I'm going to go through a bunch of different news. I'm going to tell you why I think that we're about to really have that sort of moonshot. By the way, for those of you that don't know, it's my birthday. So remember, it's my birthday. And if you forget anything today, make sure that it's not that it's my birthday today. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a lot of fun. But guys, I can't stress this enough. It's my birthday. All right, guys. Good morning to BS Buy Pro. Operation D is in the house. What is going on? Mr. Bull in the house. Good morning. John Thomas, Ben Nation says, wake up, bye. John Thomas, Ben Nation is going to go absolutely bonkers pretty soon. There's a lot going on in the background that nobody's able to talk about yet, but I do have a little bit of faith that what we're about to see is going to be a face melter of a run. Trail Boss in the house. Good morning. Maddie B, good morning. Jeff T's in the house. Richard Nelson, for Moon Day, he's here for it. Grant Vorshuk is here. Jay Manuel's here. Alt Sniper in the house. Chris is here. Pepe too. They should have listened. And I hope everybody, and look, success is not for everyone, right? It's okay. And that's okay. But for the people that are going to listen when they know something, and look, I'm not going to brag that I knew something. I don't know anything more than any other moron out there. I just can recognize patterns and signals. And that pattern and signal was telling me that it was going to do exactly what every other crypto was doing, right? I didn't do anything special, which is why when I wrote just one line on the chart that they lost their minds and they were like, no, you can't do that with only one line. Yeah, I bet I can. And yeah, it really sucked for anybody who got suckered in. If you listened to people like that were just lying to you, and I'm not calling out your pop, but he's a promo guy like me. Sometimes we say stuff like what could happen, what potentially could happen. I don't think he's a real technical analyst guy. I think he's more of a hype person. So it's very possible that he just got put into a situation where he had to put on some hype because he's in that position. And more power to everybody who does that. I prefer to at least have a pattern to recognize in my brain before I jump into it's gonna do 100 million billion jillion, all that stupid shit. I just prefer to be able to look at it and see that it's not going to do what every other one does, right? So good luck to Pepe 2 people. RW7610 says good morning. Richard Nelson with the $10 bomb. There we go. Diamond Nuts. You're speaking my language there. Good morning. Lando A, good morning. Burned by Saitama is in here. What is going on? We've got the Volt logos coming up everywhere. 3 more energy drinks. There we go. Today's energy drink is the C4. Oh, you can't see that. That's the C4 fruit punch with 0 calories because I'm still doing intermittent fasting and getting that shit tizite, dog. Whatever they say. But working out a lot, eating healthy, that kind of shit. Forsaken One, Yo is in the house. Shorted 100x from 30,004. All right. Well, I went long, Chris, at 30,004. And now I'm sitting on a long at, I did 15x, by the way. So you made out like a bandit on that one because that dipped down to, what was it, 29, I want to say 29.4, 25. What a big move that one was. J-Lock in the house with a $10 bomb. Happy birthday, Bleeves. Look at all this. That's the kind of love that you want to see. And if you're not a member, by the way, of the channel, at least consider, for my birthday, becoming a member of the channel. That certainly helps me out tremendously. And if not, if you can't do any of that, then just remember that I need 3 more signups for NordVPN. Now, if you signed up already and you're one of the 3 people who've already signed up, thank you so much. But I'm going to continue to push because the NordVPN people have been very good to me so far. And I'm going to show you a guy that I'm partnered with that I don't talk about very much today because one of the things that he said was tremendous. And I think it's very important to recognize for cryptocurrency right now. And everybody's kind of alluding to it, but not really talking about it. And you know what? Let's just break it down. So Miles Dutcher from Crypto Banter, he is I'm on a team with him, and the NASDAQ plus S&P are only 5% away from highs, and it's around 5%. Core CPI is below 5%, lowest since 2021. The world's largest asset manager filed for a Bitcoin spot ETF alongside, it's actually 7 others. XRP won versus the SEC, and Bitcoin is still hovering 30,000. So, guys, I just consider at least exactly what Miles is saying right there, which is absolutely bonkers. If you just consider that for a little while, that is an amazing and gigantic realization that you should be having right now because, oh my God, that is incredible. Scottish Crypto, happy vaulted birthday. A Sci-Fi the Chemist, happy birthday. The Batcave Technician, hey dude, hook me up, man. Like I need a Batmobile. That's what I need, a Bleeves-mobile. I need an absolute Bleeves-mobile. That would be awesome. Thank you for the happy birthdays. And then we have the $20 bomb from Crypto Art. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Good call on WAGME. Can we expect the same for Volt? And listen, guys, I'm going to say this for everybody, just so everybody has a clear understanding. I am a big time Volt maxi, and I will be. Will I talk about them all the time? No, I won't talk about them all the time because it's not good for my business. And this is a business for me. So you may not see me talking about them all the time, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, I have every faith that, in fact, I will take a moment now and do a Volted thing and point out something that Voltoshi is pointing out, which, I mean, it seems obvious at this point. It's just not registering with everybody yet because they had to cut back on marketing because most of the marketing was just like BS, guys like me, right? And guys like Jake. And guys like Rodney, you know what I mean? Like it was just, and it was overlapping and stuff like that. So make sure you hit the like button on the way in, by the way. But you've got Volti Change, huge, by the way. Over 200 different cryptos have now signed up in the bear market. Imagine what happens in the bull market when you can burn your own tokens. And remember how important it was to burn tokens, right? Then you have Volti Eco, which is an AI technology that buys and sells on airdrops to make money for people who are staked with it. Then you have VoltiCard. Then you have VoltiFlex. We don't even know what the VoltiFlex is. Then you have VoltiSoft. And they didn't even have room in the brain here for Volti Games. The Volt Island game is about to pop up any day now with an update, and that update will allow you to attach your NFT to it. So, there's a lot of things going on under the hood. So am I bullish on Volt? Yes. But here's the thing. I don't need the money that I have in Volt. I'm here to hold that until, look, I'm probably at some point going to take a profit on it. I just don't need to do that right now. I'll put it this way. If it were to 10x from where it is right now, then sure, I would take half of my bag and then hold on for a dip, but then I would put that back in. You know what I mean? So I could accumulate even more, because I have a long-term feeling that Volt is going to get on just an epic sort of run. So why not take some chance to try to increase my position? And then if I screw it completely up and it continues to just moon, which nothing ever just does that, right? But if it continues to just run, then I still have half my bag in, and I'll just be regretting that for a long time. And I'll be one of those guys who says, "Oh yeah, I had a gigantic bag in that, and I oops, sold." And you know what I mean, like this. So, and I don't have a problem doing that, right? I don't need. And here's the thing. I should probably tell you guys this, because I just had this conversation about it, right? My lane here is what I'm doing right now. I want to do YouTube stuff, content. Create value for you in what I do in the cryptocurrency space. And if I do that, and I do that well, if I can predict good plays for you, if I can give you informed news every single day, and I can get rewarded with a livable wage, et cetera, then that's good for me. If I win on some cryptos, cool. I do think that I'm going to win on some cryptos, by the way. So I can say that kind of flippantly. But you know, the reality is, what I want is, I just want to carve out a niche in the crypto space of YouTube and Twitter, and provide value to you guys and get rewarded for that value. Now, for those of you that don't know, at the end of the bull market last time, people in my lane, yeah, nice blue eyes, right? People in my lane were making $500,000 a month. So, I'm not saying that because I'm greedy and I think that I deserve any kind of money out of anybody, because I don't. I just want to provide content to people, maybe value to your investment, and then boom, you make something off of it. So that's my lane. That's what I want to do. I'm not here to just do all that moonbagging kind of stuff, right? So Volt, I do think, is going to have just a massive sort of run. It's just a timing issue at this point. Something else that's about to have a massive run, I want to say this: Shiba Inu, 2.4 trillion SHIB moved from Binance. Here's where it went, right? It was moved to an unknown wallet, and that kind of stuff leads to big rallies. And where do I think it's going to go? Well, consider this: Leash just rallied 130% in a month. So, and Bone rallied 110%. What's next? It's gonna be SHIB. SHIB is gonna have a massive run. I'm gonna show you those numbers very, very soon, right? Honda says, and this is kind of important right here: Volt and Lunatics token took poops. Well, Volt did, yes. And Lunatics token, well, Luna Classic obviously took the big one, but Lunatics was founded to just kind of do something to burn Luna Classic tokens. There's no other purpose to it, right? So at some point, when like the only thing that should matter in that entire regard is the Luna Classic token. The Lunatics were just looking to capitalize on that, where they provide you a service, which is to burn tokens with a pie in the sky that, we could potentially burn all of the tokens. Well, you can't, because it takes trade volume. And if you're taking the trade volume away from Luna Classic, then you're really defeating the whole purpose of the repeg and everything like that. So it was doomed anyway, right? Which is why you never heard me talk about it. Like, I was not a supporter of the Lunatics token. I never had been, and I was never going to be. Not because I don't like the people, but I don't like that purpose was not served there. So that's why. Now, here's some important news. An ancient Ethereum whale comes alive and moves 116 million in Ethereum. Mr. Ali Hussein asked, will WAGMI reach 300 million? I think so. 116 million in ETH at over 616,000 profit. This guy was here since Ethereum's inception, and he moved This whale received 61,216 ETH on July 30th in 2015 after participating in the second largest ICO ever. He bought, look at this right here. The blockchain tracker says the whale received the ETH from ETH's Genesis contract at an approximate cost of 31 cents. The entire ETH holding, which is now worth 116 million, cost the whale slightly less than 19,000 at the time. This guy went from 19,000 to 116 million. 8 years is how long he held it. And now consider this. Consider if he had sold the top, that would have been 300 million, or almost 300 million. That is absolutely crazy. Now, is he willing to sell on the market? That's the question. And I don't know that doing that, I don't know if that's going to matter too much. I think he's probably going to be a responsible whale. I don't think he's going to dump on the market. But there is more to this story, because when you come to, and shit, I deleted it as soon as I when I told you guys I was going to look at Volt, I actually just screwed up what I was doing in the beginning, which was, God damn it. There's some more that happened over here. Oh, you know what? You know why? Because it was actually whale alert. 16th, here we go. 15,000 USD transferred to Gate.io. Remember, this guy transferred everything over to Kraken. Okay, 61,000 ETH transferred to Kraken. This one transferred 15,000 Ethereum to Gate.io. This one over here, 21,266 to Coinbase. So there's a lot of movement going on for Ethereum. 21,296 transferred to Coinbase. So a lot being moved around. A lot being moved around. Then we have another one, a dormant pre-mine address containing 200 ETH, now worth 381,000, has been activated after 8 years. These dormant wallets are starting to come alive. And here's the important part. When a dormant wallet, when you see a bunch of these dormant wallets come alive, first of all, consider this. Consider that these are some smart investors who held for a long time and probably, not guaranteed, but probably don't need the money, right? They're just holding on because, you know, maybe an apt time to sell. They didn't sell the top. So if they're selling right now, they've won gigantic, they've won huge, but you know it's going up even more. So the question would be, what are they trying to do? And the answer, I would think, is probably trying to dunk on the chart and accumulate some more. But I think that's good for the long term. So I'm not really worried about what they're trying to do, because at the same time, 74 million in USDC, 56 million in USDC are transferred to Coinbase at one time. So, you know, crazy stuff going on in this market. We're really starting to get ourselves set up. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to get on a nice little run. Now, bad news. The UK government rejects lawmakers' plan to regulate crypto as gambling. And by the way, I do think that there should be two tiers. And I don't think that considering a law that treats crypto as a form of gambling, it is a bad thing. I think that you really should consider Bitcoin to be a separate entity and legislate Bitcoin as a specific commodity, shall we say. And then functional. If you don't have a registered use case of the approved list of, say, use cases for a government, then your crypto should be considered a gambling token. And it's okay to gamble in most parts of the world. So if you can gamble, then you can gamble, you know. But we should at least recognize them for what they are. I mean, they're wealth transfers. For those of you that do know, I am talking right now about launching my own token, a BLEEVES token. And really, I think it's just going to be a risk token, so it may not have my name on it because I don't want it to for that purpose. But that's what we're looking at. That's what I'm looking to do, is create some value here. And if I can do that, then I will. But if not, then it's just going to be a random, shitcoin. And I don't want my name associated with that. So I got my name associated with too many goddamn shitcoins anyway. You know what I mean? So they rejected the plan to regulate it as that. Now here, this is going to be awesome, guys. I hope that we can all watch this thing and just enjoy the shit out of it. TJ Miller, for those of you that don't know, very controversial actor. He was in Deadpool. He was in Silicon Valley. Very funny guy. He now has a new show Web3 Studio satirizes the FTX saga in a new interactive series called Fortune. They're debuting this fall, and this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to assume TJ Miller is probably SBF in this. So I think it's going to be pretty funny. Yeah. So TJ Miller of Silicon Valley fame will voice the SBF clone. So yeah, we do have a cartoon. And by the way, can we get a shout out to Caroline Ellison over here for throwing kisses at SBF and not using math? By the way, she doesn't even know what that character is at the end of Fortune right now, because it's because instead of using an E, they use one of those things that she doesn't need. So anyway, so yeah, crazy stuff. So if you haven't already, by the way, hit the like button on the way in. Certainly helps me out. And if you can't, certainly sign up for NordVPN over the next couple days, because there is a bonus for me that's part of it. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Westside. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But anyway, should be a great show. Funny show. TJ Miller, I think, is a pretty funny guy. As long as the writing is on par, then we should be enjoying that one. So the China digital bank yuan achieves 250 billion transaction milestone. So as we sit here, talk about regulating, talk about doing all this stuff in the United States, guess what? China is not stopping. China is continuing its move into the Web3 space. Even though crypto is still banned there, they are still now using a CBDC. They are going to the future. And this is why BRICS is probably going to take over. Like, this is why we have this problem right now, because instead of embracing and adopting and making the world a better place with digital assets, and by the way, that does not mean, and when I say that, I'm not saying that your random shitcoin is suddenly so important in society. I'm saying that the technology and the underlying technology behind all of this, the blockchain and the tokenization of an asset, like all of these different things are so very important. So this is just a great sign to see, and a bad sign for the United States, who is now falling behind because, and at this point, you have to point out, the Democratic Party is fighting crypto more than embracing it, while at the same time the banks are embracing crypto. So it is just ridiculous what you see happening. And Democrats at this point are bought and paid for by banks, which is insane to most people who were lifelong Democrats or people that follow politics. It's absolutely crazy. But here we are. This is the world that we're in right now. So let's move on from there. We're down a little bit in the last few minutes. I think we were pumped up to about 20,003. Yeah, a little bit of capital coming out. Still a big green candle, though, by the way, for the day. 1 hour candle starting to wane. We did peak up at that top right there, which caused, of course, the reversal in price action. By the way, if you are ever looking to make some plays or to do anything, you could go to this, use these SR channels. They've been really, really good. But go to the total crypto market cap, and when you see it start to wick into one of these areas of resistance, and it pops into that resistance, sell Bitcoin, because see, Bitcoin is right here and doing this as an obvious sell signal, but really this is the sell signal over here on the total market cap, and then it starts coming down. And Ethereum, same thing, wicked all the way up there, hit 19, what do we call this? We're going to call that 1928, and then started to reject off of that, just basically the market, market sentiment. So, and we're going to see, we got about 5 minutes until the broader Dow Jones market opens. And since we've decoupled a little bit, we're interested to see how that all plays out. So let's move as quickly as we can over here. Pepe, rejected as well, is now ranging in between the 200 and the 50, needs a reversal over here. As you can see, it's moving in and out of this range right now. So now its resistance could be supported at any moment now. But these ranges are, if you see this 50, if it moves up, then this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And we'll get a crossover into a bullish. And it looks like by Friday, if that happens, if the trend continues. Volt is Volt's a little different, by the way. Volt is above right now on, let's do that. Volt is above on the trend. So it's possible that Volt is having a minor breakout at this point. You can look here and you can see that this 50 and the 200 are coming together. And if it plays out the way that it looks like it's playing out, remember the 200 doesn't move as quickly. So it looks like it's moving this way. I should probably not do that. It's probably moving in an upwardly fashion because the price is starting to move upward. But the 50 is moving quickly. So over the next few hours, we should see a bullish crossover. If we see a bullish crossover, then that's a signal for some positive price action. So you might see Volt get on a little bit of a run. Now, the question is, how much of a run can it get on? And I think that it stops right here. I mean, I think 3,300 stops. This wick that happened up here that took it up to 3,400 might be a signal that it could go to 34, maybe even to 35. But it's got a long way to go to break out of this low trend line. If it pumps up, by the way, if it pumps, then this right here becomes the new resistance right over here. And that's basically 3,500. So 3,500 now represents, which I never thought I would say that, to be fair, right? I never thought I would even come close to saying this, but 3,500 becomes the line to gain on Volt right now. I thought it would be 3,500 though, with 5 zeros and not 6. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it did not happen. Woo! You know what I mean? So we'll see how this plays out, but I think that right there, I'm going to leave that there for a little while, and we'll see how that plays out. Ben, on the other hand, Ben not doing the same thing, it's ranging in between right now. So the logical play out for me on Ben right now is this is going positive. So it could move up in a positive fashion, but I don't think it makes sense for that. We are watching, it is in a bullish crossover, of course, because it did have a pump contrary to market conditions, but it is coming down right here. So maybe it pumps into this 57 right here, but most likely scenario is to reject down here to 54 and then go on a run and use this as support and maybe get up into this area. It's done this for a while. So, but the problem when you look at Ben is this. Let's get over here. If we use just some wicking up at the top, this right here, like that's perfect, right? Like look at how many times it's settling in that fashion. That's perfect. So unless it breaks out, we have a problem, right? And that problem is, zoom out just a little bit more, and we're coming from kind of a sideways pattern, right? And I would prefer to see it flatline up here because we're doing lower highs, right? Lower highs is not a great thing. When we take this and we move this to kind of here to create something, then we're not looking at if it's pattern recognition that I'm talking about. We're not looking at the greatest of patterns right now. The party for Dubai, which is going to be big for Ben, is going to be August 13th. So we'll keep that in mind. Bitcoin 30,240 just rejected off of the 200 SMA, wicked up to 30,404. And here's the thing. Again, this is the 30-minute line. This is a 30-minute line right here, just so you guys understand. But we have the start of a massive upside move, and that's that wick right there. Now, Bitcoin, like most other tokens, very specific. When you get a wick at the end of it and you get a hammer pattern like this right here tells me that it should absolutely soar, okay? Because this is a great sign, okay? And the reason for that is because that means that there was a lot of range, and that range was completely eaten up because they had found this is going to be the bottom of whatever's going on over here. And you can see right here, this was the top a little while ago, 30,205. So if we bounce off of that and we get this nice wicking right here and we get a run back up, then it is possible to hit the top of this, which is 30,450. It's not going to be, that's not going to change the dynamic, but it's going to give us an opportunity. This 50 SMA, of course, is going to start moving up quickly like this, and the 200 is going to start doing this right here, and then we'll have a crossover on Friday during Shorts Get Wrecked Friday, and then boom. And yes, you know what? Batcave, as a matter of fact, I was going to do the same thing. I was going to sell at 100 million. I even told a buddy of mine, hey man, I'm going to go ahead and sell right now because it's going to dunk and the price is going to come down. And he's like, bro, I'm in too. I'm in for more than you, man. Let's just hold and see what happens. And I was like, you know what? That's fair enough. I'll go to sleep overnight and then let's just see what happens, right? So then all of a sudden, it went from, I think my bag was worth about 50 or 60 grand at that point, and the next day I woke up and it was down to like 40, and I was like, you know what, it's down 20 grand. I'll just hold it and see what happens. So now I think it's like 10 grand, but oh well, right? You live and you learn. Never listen to cryptobolics. Never listen to cryptobolics. That should be the rule. That should be the rule. Never listen to cryptobolics. That fucking dude. Ugh. Derek, if you're in here, you heard me. And if you're not in here, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Anyway, Ethereum at 1920, Ethereum poised for a big move. But it is ranging in this channel. And look, as you see here, oops, that's not the one I wanted. As you look right here, you can see that wicking coming up here. So we could be in the mood for or in shape for a big reversal happening right now. And the reversal, by the way, is not being shared by XRP. That's a great and bullish sign. That's a very bullish sign. Not that I don't want to see success on it, but what I want to see with XRP is I want to see it chill the fuck out just a little bit and give Bitcoin a chance and give Ethereum a chance, right? So this little correction right here for XRP has been good for the overall market for today. BNB starting to finally get a little bit of traction, still fighting the 50-day SMA. Got to get up over this 30, by the way. 200. Got to get up over the 200. Otherwise, what are we doing? You know what I mean? But money's still flowing in. Conflux, I did expect a lot more from Conflux, guys. I'll be honest with you. After it ran up here, remember I made a bunch of money off of this one on this run up here. And then I sold right around 21. I didn't get the top on that. I got like right here at 21.4. But then I didn't short it back down because I had some Bitcoin shit to do. But I really thought that I was going to miss out. I thought this would correct. And then I thought the next move was going to be to 23 cents. And then I thought, when you start moving back here, I thought, we're just going to take off in probably 27, 28. And I put up here this 30-cent move right here because I thought, like, in a worst case scenario, 30 cents was going to be the next big move. We're not even close right now. So I did think that something bigger would happen on Conflux. So my bad. Luna Classic, we got videos coming out on Luna Classic today. I don't know what to say about this one other than, I'm hoping for something nice to happen on Luna Classic at some point. But if it doesn't, oh well, right? We took a shot on it. I don't think any of us are really overstretched on it. But really what we got to do is look at this, like just on a daily chart. It's very bearish right now. It's under the 50 SMA. The 200 SMA is so far above us. It really has to have a nice break in order to really create a bullish sentiment right now. And two of the developers quit the other day, Lunkburn Army and some other fucking dude, because they were being doxxed and they were being threatened because they're a bunch of fucking babies in crypto. They're like, I'm going to dox you, man, because you don't do, like, you're not making me go upwards. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to tell everybody that you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Because, like, totally, fuck that guy. And by the way, I'm not telling you something right now that I wouldn't tell this little piece of shit to his face, right? Fuck that guy. Bone trading at $1.30. Bone already had the big move. And I want to point something out in the SHIB ecosystem here. Bone already had the big move. Leash already had the big move. Doubled, by the way. Leash went from 240 up to 600. So they've both had the big moves. Who did not have the big move so far? SHIB. So who's going to have the big move coming up? SHIB. So guys, book that one. Book your flight to 1500, 4 zeros, because I get a feeling and I get a sense that very, very soon we're about to get off on an epic run. And one of the things that we're seeing right now is if you come in and you zoom, you start to see that we were under the 50 SMA, fought our way through, and now it's being used as support. And now you've got this reversal here, and you're starting to bounce off of it on the longer time frames. Money is still flowing in. Crypto's being moved around. So I think that SHIB is about to get on a significant sort of run. So now let's move over here. Again, Volt, you can see, had a little run for the day. 100x gems up a little bit, 31.97. Bone at $1.30. Pepe, 15.45. Still not under the radar necessarily, but I think that it's not going to pump where it is right now. I think whatever chance we had for our little pump on Pepe is now done. But we're still consolidating. So, I mean, you got to at least respect the hustle here. There is still some consolidation, and we do have this top being minted. The problem is it's really just kind of ranging sideways. So I would feel a little bit better if I saw something, a better pattern. But, I mean, it could still have a nice little rebound there. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It went from all the way down here, all the way up here. So that is a significant move, and it's holding position. That's important. MMAI 3039. Somebody asked me the other day, said that Awesome Austin deleted his YouTube channel and is just focused now on MMAI. I don't know that to be the case or not. I don't follow him anymore because he didn't follow me. He unfollowed me on Twitter. So, like, okay. BRL 4409. A little positive pressure there. SHIB. Matter of fact, until BRL does something, we're just going to stop that one. 7825 on SHIB, we already talked about. Advantis AI 1352, Cult 3223, Deconex 1731, Ben 5666. Could it be Satan buying Ben? Pepe 2 is at 3767. So I'm gonna take a victory lap on this motherfucker every day, just because fuck those guys that didn't trust in me. Ha! Trust in me and ye shall be rewarded, or whatever they say. PSYOP is now god damn it, whatever pump there was is now done. It looks like part of the PSYOP, bro. I don't know. Then we have WAGMI Games 2460. Now WAGMI is down significantly, but it's on a reversal already. However, everybody up here who's like, I'm so WAGMI, like I'm so WAGMI that I'm like totally WAGMI because like WAGMI is wagging with the WAGMI, right? And then all of a sudden, then why are there red candles, biatch? You know what I mean? So, but I do think that there's a reversal coming because I think there's more announcements and more information coming. Buy the rumor, sell the news for the listing on OKX, and we bought the rumor, we sold the news, but we didn't come down very far, right? Like when you look at this, you've got to be impressed with the chart and the way that this thing is holding up. You can use a fib retracement and say from here to here, kind of gave us that 618 level, but that's not really where that pump started. It came way back down here. So, and if you come over here, then you're still seeing like a 0.5, real hard to like, no matter what. This move has been fantastic for WAGMI Games. I do think it's destiny that they get to 100 million market cap, sitting at 54 million right now, though. That's what I think is about to happen. Grumpy Cat continues to disappoint, down to 1.52 million market cap from a 5 million market cap not that long ago. Continuing to tell you, or anybody who will listen, that, oh, we're getting ready to pump, dog, but certainly not pumping. So, yeah. I'm not sure why anybody's still bullish on Grumpy Cat at this point. In fact, we're just going to dump that one right now because I still have a bag in it, by the way, but there's no reason for me to even look at it at this point. Lillian token 4119. Big sell-off in the overnights, it looks like. Down from, let's see, somebody sold bigly here, or something happened bigly here, and it looks like somebody just sold an ETH. That doesn't look like that much. I don't know why that would affect the chart that way. Maybe they sold 2 ETH or 3 ETH overnight or something like that. Like that seems like, yeah, maybe. They don't have a large liquidity pool, maybe. So based on the liquidity pool and the market cap, that's probably still a little bit low, right? And they're doing that investigation for somebody who's trying to whatever. All right, now liquidation levels. Let's get in here. It looks like a lot of longs were taken like right in this range right here at the 30,300 level. So it is possible to see a push coming in here and getting into this range right now because there seems to be a lot of liquidity right here. The big move, the easy move, is to come back down here and try to dunk on the price, but it hasn't been that easy. To come back down here and get this liquidity and start making that move back up. So I really think that maybe some of that sell pressure stops a little bit. Let's get up into this 30,750 range, chew this up right here, and then go back here and try to get down into this 29 level and just like eat up all that money right there. And I mean, that seems to be the play, or at least I would think that that's the play. So there we go. I think that wraps it up. Happy birthday to me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So no show tonight. We're gonna take the evening off. I'm not gonna do a show on birthday night, but I probably will have some kind of content come out. So we'll see you guys in the morning.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, in the proofs and the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk?